In this video, we will talk about why Canada needs more than a domestic service and why CSIS needs a foreign spy branch like MI6 in the CIA. Before we delve on this topic, let's talk about the history of Canadian intelligence, where Canada has a proud but often overlooked legacy in foreign espionage operations dating back to the Second World War, when Camp X, also known as Special Training School, 103 operated as the first secret agent training facility in North America on the shores of Lake Ontario near Whitby, Ontario. Established in 1941 under the leadership of Sir William Stephenson, the legendary Canadian spy master known as Intrepid, this camp trained hundreds of Allied agents, including Canadians, British, and Americans, in sabotage, intelligence gathering, covert operations, unarmed combat, and clandestine tradecraft, playing a vital role in supporting the British Special Operations Executive and laying early groundwork for what would become modern signals intelligence cooperation. After the war, Canada largely stepped back from aggressive foreign human intelligence capabilities, eventually creating the Canadian Security Intelligence Service in 1984, primarily as a domestic security agency focused on internal threats rather than global operations. This evolution left CSIS well-equipped for counterintelligence at home, but ill-suited for the proactive foreign collection needed in today's world. In an era of intensifying global competition, Canada requires far more than a domestically focused intelligence service, because the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, designed primarily for internal security, leaves the country strategically dependent on allies above all the United States for foreign human intelligence. This reliance undermines sovereign decision-making, economic resilience, and geopolitical influence, while Canada remains the outlier among its closest peers and rising powers that have long invested in robust foreign intelligence capabilities. The urgency has sharpened in the wake of United States efforts to annex or subordinate Canada, since dependence on American intelligence sharing is incompatible with national survival, when Washington questions Canada's reliability and contemplates exclusion from partnerships like Five Eyes. A sovereign nation cannot base its strategy on the volatility of another power, so Canada must develop its own foreign spy branch capable of recruiting human sources, penetrating foreign governments, corporations, and networks to anticipate threats, gather independent insights, and actively thwart external attempts to erode its sovereignty. Without it, Canada risks becoming a client state rather than a self-determining actor. The global landscape has shifted profoundly, while Canada's intelligence posture has remained static with the rise of China, the resurgence of Russia, India's expanding footprint, and the assertiveness of middle powers such as Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Brazil, transforming the intelligence environment as these states pour resources into foreign intelligence because they grasp the direct link between information dominance, power, and influence. Canada still operates as if the early 1990s persist, and the cost of this complacency grows steeper every year, bringing diminished leverage, economic exposure, and the danger of becoming a strategically insignificant actor reliant on others' priorities in an age where intelligence determines national strength. Canada's vast critical minerals, freshwater energy resources, and emerging Arctic advantages represent immense strategic value amid climate-driven shifts. Yet without global eyes and ears, these assets invite exploitation rather than empowerment. A foreign intelligence service would also reinforce Canada's long-term potential to become a major global power, because population growth and immigration offer a path to match or rival the demographic scale of the United States, and aggressively expanding to 70, 80, or even 100 million people over the coming century through immigration, urban development, and northern settlement could transform Canada into a continental power. Population alone, however, is insufficient, since rising powers require the full institutional architecture of sovereignty, including intelligence diplomacy, military capability, and economic strategy. And no country achieves great power status without a capable foreign intelligence system. The cost of inaction is far greater than the investment required because building such a service demands legislation, oversight, sustained funding, and roughly a decade to develop expertise and networks, yet Canada possesses the geography, resources, economy, technological edge, and multicultural foundation to field an agile, world-class service. The choice is stark between independence through strategic vision or dependence and strategic blindness. So Canada must evolve from a consumer of others' intelligence into a producer of its own by establishing a foreign spy branch on the level of MI6 or the CIA that is essential to defend sovereignty, secure prosperity, protect the Arctic, and realize its potential as a significant global power. In conclusion, Canada must act decisively to build this foreign intelligence capability to secure its sovereignty and claim its place as a rising global power before it is too late.